Welcome back, everybody. It's been a couple days since I've put out a video. I've been pretty busy lately, but I did want to put out just a little something, and I'm going to go over my arena team today. I feel like I could make it better. Right now, I'm using the king, the queen, which alone are insane. And then I have Armand for the control. And then outside of that, I'm kind of going between Siphi and Stag Knight down here. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of fights with both of them. And you guys let me know down below, what do you think I should be doing better? Or what champion should I switch in? So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like with Stag Knight's in. Stag Knight and Siphi have 251 speed each, so I don't always outspeed, but when I do, it usually goes pretty well for me. So with the Stag Knight, I get the decreased defense and the decreased attack, not all of it. Armand's for the turn meter control. And then pretty much after that, it's pretty much GG's. Usually when Armand's attacks, I try and just get, it did not happen there, but he can get decreased turn meter and cooldowns. So then we throw this up, and then obviously we just go in with the king, and boom, just like that. He pretty much does crazy damage, and I feel like a lot of teams have shield buffs, and he gets to attack twice on his A3 with those shield buffs. So again, I'm just gonna show you what it looks like with Siphi now. I'm not really sure if it matters if I have Siphi or not. Siphi just gives me the nice increased speed buffs, increased speed, block debuffs, increased defense. But again, so you'll see here with their shields, right? So they have shields. We're gonna attack, this one over here. You see decreased turn meter, remove buff. So we're gonna also having the extra shields on his A3, he attacks twice, but the damage increases by 10% for each buff on the target and another 10% for each buff on him. And as you see, we have 7 buffs on him. So that's just a lot of extra damage. But as you'll see, he'll attack Rhonda and R-attack twice here. One, and the second hit usually kills. So that's why the king is just like insane. I'll show you his stats later in the video. But yeah, so this is pretty much what I'm running for arena. I do think that I can stay in gold 5, no problem. But to make a plat push, I'm wondering if I really just need to have, 300-400 plus speed to even have a chance at it. I'm not really sure. But here we go. Here's some buffs, and then we wipe out the team. Boom, just like that. Really, really good team. I don't know if Siphi is needed. Let's just keep fighting without Siphi. Another person I was thinking was UDK could be good, Wukong could be good, stealing buffs, boom. So pretty much go here. And sometimes Armaz will take their shields off, but I don't think it really matters. There's a decreased turn meter and increased cooldown, as you saw. So that's really good. So now Tundra can't, do the huge AoE. And then we pretty much kill from here. Boom. We get the unkillable that procced, but I mean, for the most part, that's pretty much GG's. And we just have to wait for her to take a turn. And then, okay. Wait, his A3, I think, it ignores unkillable. Or is it an A2? I don't remember. Let's just go for another one. And this isn't like I'm only in gold 2 right now. I haven't really done a grind to push up. But for the most part, I mean, I don't really have a problem climbing, but I have a problem getting anywhere near, like consistently getting near plat or staying in plat. I just get bullied. Let's do a refresh. Let's try and fight a stronger team. Let's try and fight this one, 381. I probably will lose. This is obviously a really good team with Mithrala. We got Pythion, UDK, Harima. Pretty good team, and maybe I lose. I'm definitely going to get outsped. Oh, I didn't get outsped. But with the double stone skin and he reviving them, I could see that being a problem. And we hit on everything. Jeez. That was tough. And there's so let's see, we're going to double hit on each of these targets. I mean, that's really good damage. We're pretty much just waiting out this stone skin on UDK, but we could get wiped here. So let's just see what happens. Maybe we get lucky. If it worked out, King will have his stuff reset. So I could revive here, but I mean, I just want to remove the buff so we don't, but we can kill Harima here because it's a double hit. And we have the block revive going, so that's good. We get the attack off here. And I think from here, we should be able to pretty much recover. So another thing I like to do is sheep, but sometimes, you know, their resist is just too crazy. But again, with the shields, boom, boom, they're dead. And we're just going to win from here on out. Once we get, I mean, look at all that damage. And then from here, it's pretty much GG's. It's just fighting through the tanky boy of UDK. But I mean, I could have revived there, but it's fine. Get the double hit here, and we win. So as you guys see, like this team is insane, and it's mostly just King and Narcissus. And the reason King Narcissus, one, he just does a crazy amount of damage, but another reason is if we go over their kits. So we'll go for the King first, right? 30% chance of randomly increasing cooldowns, which is good for 2 turns. Effect cannot be resisted if Queen's on the same team, which we obviously have. Attacks all enemies, ignores 25% of the target's defense, and then an extra heal extra hit from under shield and strengthens. Super good. This skill cannot be decreased by passives except bosses, and cannot be increased by champion masteries or passives except when attacking bosses. So unique, but pretty good. And then we went over this one. Also grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy while we have Queen on our team. Also places a block revive for 3 turns when we kill with it. And then you get all this extra damage. You can get an extra 100% damage on this if you have 5 buffs and they have 5 buffs. Super pretty good. Passive is receive 50% less damage when attacked by enemies, including bosses and their minions, out of their active turn. So counterattacking, things along that nature. If Queen is on the same team, this champion will receive no damage when attacked by enemies out of their active turn, which is crazy. This champion skills will also ignore shield and strength debuffs. As you guys saw when we were fighting UDK at the end, he had his shield buffs off, but we were just ignoring it and fighting through it. So this is why he's really good. I have Ward of the Fallen for the bone armor for his mastery. We were lucky enough to get a 6-star for him. And then let's go to the Queen. So we have Intimidating Presence for the aura. And I mean, it's crazy. So pretty much if King's on the team, no fear, true fear, freeze, provoke, sleep, stun, petrification can happen to the King, which is insane. I mean, like, it's just crazy. But outside of that, you know, she has the remove all debuffs on allies, give them a shield. And if King's on the same tail, you also get the strengthen buff for all allies, which is really, really good. You have the revive here. But if the target is the King, you get 75% HP instead of 50, and you get 100% turn meter, which is pretty crazy. And then you also decrease all the enemies by 10%. And then if he's revived, they actually get decreased by 20%, and you can't resist. So, I mean, they're just insane. For this, again, you saw it a little bit where you kind of increase their cooldowns and things along, or decrease the cooldown of one of their skills. So I've had this happen where I've attacked with the King with his A3, comes back to the King's turn, I can A3 again. You actually saw it a little earlier in the video. I mean, outside of that, Armaz is literally here just for his turn meter, nothing else. And then Siphi, I mean, having a double reviver is also kind of good. There's plenty of times where I'm just able to revive people through and then eventually take over. We'll do a couple more, but the block debuffs, increased defense, and speed is really good. So that's why I'm leaning towards Siphi. But let's do 1 or 2 more fights, and then we will pretty much finish. So, but a lot of what I do is I already have the presets done for this team. So pretty much Armand opens with his A2. And I don't have anything for them because they'll just use their buffs anyway. And then I should just use this as his opener. But for the most part, I just want to make sure that Armand is doing his turn meter control. And then here it is. They're already going to do the buffs. And from that part, sometimes I will say I should have him attack with his A1 because sometimes he'll sheep when he doesn't need to. I think, oh, he's not going to do it here. But sometimes he'll sheep a target that's literally already about to die and it's just no point. But as you guys see there. And that was his A3 right there, which hits for 60k. He was going to get a second hit again. Let's just say it hits for, you know, a solid 120k, ignoring defense and shields and everything. So sometimes it does that where he doesn't use his turn meter control, which is weird. But usually it's when UDK is on the team. I don't know if Stone Skin like messes with the AI and it's like, well, I can't take all their turn meter away, so I'll just stop. But I mean, as you see there, we're pretty much just waiting the Stone Skin out. And then once the Stone Skin is out, I mean, we win. So he's going to attack here. Here we go. And the King, oh, see, that's what I was talking about. I think King would have done a crazy amount of damage there, but our man's with his sheep. But again, from here, and this isn't the fastest team in the world, but I will say that I've been able to, at any time, you could take this off auto and just win it. Because obviously here it's taking, what, a minute plus? Or a little under a minute to win. And you could easily just take it off. So I'm trying to do some of the heavier teams. Or the ones a little more than I have. So here I'll do it, right? So I'll take it off. Another thing you could do is sheep. And you see it removes the buffs. So that's something I like to do as well. Because, I mean, as long as we're getting the damage off, that's all that matters. And as you see, I'm taking 0 damage because they attacked out of turn. And because they attacked out of turn, I took 0 damage and no shields, nothing. So that's really, really good. So he's probably going to revive on his turn. And I mean, other than that, so there's the revive. But again, we're not really worried about it. I don't think I can one-shot this guy, but let's just see how much damage we do. I mean, pretty much almost killed him at that point. And then on Narcis's next turn, I mean, the game's over, right? He'll just kill them all. Or get close. I mean, or Armand is going to. No? Okay. So the king will, on his turn, A3, they all die. I mean, King Narcissus is literally like god tier. So if you have the king and the queen, please use them together. And I'm sure there's better comps, maybe putting a UDK in there with the queen and you know, some other stuff. But for the most part, this build for these champions guarantees me gold 5, and I can get into plat, but I just can't stay in plat. Once I get into plat, I'm fighting like 600k, 1 million teams, and I just don't have the power for that. But that's all I have for you guys today. As always, until next time, guys, Senpai out.